Guys, there is exactly one mindset shift that I have seen and noticed in every single entrepreneur that I've seen go from 7 to 8 figures.
My name is Jana Lee.
Donna Lee! Operation Queen.
I just had my mind blown.
I am on a mission to build the world's best problem-solving machine.
There's many things that need to change about your business and about your leadership and about yourself, but there is exactly one mindset shift. And I don't think I've seen a single 8 figure business owner who is still thinking the same way about this one thing as when they were at 7 figures. And I don't think I've seen a single 7 figure entrepreneur break through that plateau and start driving towards 8 figures without this one change. And I want to dive into that today. And I will be completely honest with you guys and say that this is super top of mind for me right now because I myself am struggling with it. Like, even though I teach this shit, I am struggling with it. It is such a hard habit. It is such a hard mindset to break. And so I want to deep dive into what that number one thing is, because we all know this to be true, right? What got us here will not get us there. What got you to 7 figures, what made you incredibly successful going from 0 to 7 figures or 6 to 7 figures, what got you here will not, never will get you there. We know that to be true. And yet, why is it so damn hard for us to let go of the things that got us here? Because they fucking got us here. Because they are the things that made us successful. Those were the things that, by doing them and believing them and showing up with that identity and that mindset day after day, brought us success, brought us to 7 figures. And it's a total, it doesn't make any sense that the things that made us successful all of a sudden stop making us successful. All of a sudden actively start slowing down and stalling out our business when we are so programmed and we're so trained to show up and do things a particular way because that's what made us successful. And then we have to actively unlearn and reprogram it. It's the hardest thing in the world, and I'm in the middle of it right now. And so I want to share this with you guys. The number one mindset shift, let's just cut to it, right? The number one mindset shift that I have noticed every single entrepreneur have to take between 7 to 8 figures is the shift away from I am the sole source of my own success. I am the sole source of my own success. Why is this such a fundamental mindset, and why is this so hard to break? It's fundamental because it comes down to not just level of mindset, but identity, right? When you, can we all think for a moment back to when we were all broke, had no money, hadn't started a business, weren't yet entrepreneurs, or maybe were and were struggling. What is the number one belief that we had to break to get out of like mainstream society and get out of the rat race and step into entrepreneurship? It comes to me. It's about me. I am the decider of my fate. I am the maker of my own success. I create, I decide, I control, I take ownership for, and I build, right? That's what got us from 0 to 7 figures. We had to go through that. We had to take ownership for that. And we had to realize that no one is coming to save us and no one is going to make it easy for us. And life is not set up for your success. And yet you go and you try and you build anyway. That is such a necessary shift in mindset and identity to just become an entrepreneur. So that worked, and it does work really freaking well. And there are components of that that continue to work even into 8 figures and beyond, things like radical ownership, right? We know that to be true. But where does this mindset and this underlying identity start to slow us down? It slows us down when our success has become so big that we can't continue to move it forward by ourselves. When you have a team, when you have this whole organization, this whole vehicle that you've built, kind of right around the 7 figure mark, where probably you have hustled and grinded and just sheer willpowered, brute forced your way to 7 figures, which is unbelievable and so freaking amazing, right? Like, you did that. You created that. You built that. And you're so proud of that. And you've created this incredible fucking thing. And now what that thing needs from you in order to continue to allow it to continue to grow is to shift your relationship with it so that the success of this thing is no longer just about you. It doesn't just come back to you. It's not how hard can you show up every day and outwork every new problem. It's not what's every new idea that you can come up with because you are the only person at your business that can have ideas. It's not how hard can you work and how innovative can you be and how creative can you be and how many things can you try. These aren't the things that take us from 7 to 8 figures. It's not. It's actually kind of the opposite. It's focus. It's saying no way more often than you say yes. It's pouring all of your energy and attention, not into your business, but into the team running the business so that they can start to build and run and compound the business with you. It's shifting the locus of control and the locus of success, the focal point, the core of success, away from what can I do? How can I make myself successful? How can I show up and be the maker of my own success? Towards and externalizing it towards how can I create an ecosystem that guarantees my success and my business's success and my team's success? How can I create an environment where instead of me showing up and doing the right work gets done, but it gets done by somebody actually better than me in their role? Instead of me having all of the ideas, how can I create an environment and in a culture where everyone is having amazing ideas? Instead of me being creative, how can I invite every single member of my team to maximize and bring their creativity to the table, right? Because the unfortunate mathematical reality is almost like you're really fucking good. It is hard, if not impossible, to sheer brute force sweat equity your way to 8 figures. You can do that to 7 figures. Most people, many people do that to 7 figures, but you can't do it to 8. There's just too much to do. There's too many problems to solve. There's too many ideas to have. There's too many decisions to be made. And so when it comes back to us and when it's all reliant on us, we become the bottleneck. Things can't outgrow us. Ideas can't be had unless we're the people having them. Tasks can't be done. Decisions can't be made. And it ultimately ends up stalling out the business. We become the bottleneck to our own success. And it's not our actions. It's not that we aren't showing up and fucking working hard, because we are. We're working harder than ever. It's that that's not what the business needs from us now. We are not the sole producers of our own success. In fact, our success and our continued growth and success has nothing to do with us and everything to do with the environment that we create, the team, the systems, the culture, the beliefs. These are the things that we can pour into. These are the things we still control. We are I think of it like a conductor of an orchestra. You're still the conductor. You still decide what the orchestra does and what instruments are present and how loud they play. But it's the orchestra producing the noise. They're creating the music. It's not us anymore. And that's a really, really freaking hard transition to go through. And again, I know this shit. I teach this shit, and I am actively struggling with it. So I want to share with you what is happening right now, like today and yesterday and right now in my company, to illustrate this, because I think it draws home the point that we can know something, we can know that it's not about us, and that doesn't change the fear that comes up when our identity and our ego is challenged. So here's what's going on. This Saturday, I am stepping away from my business for 5 days to go on a whitewater rafting trip. I come home for 24 hours and then I turn right around and I go to Spain for work for 10 days. I come home for 48 hours and then I turn right around and I go to the East Coast for 2 weeks, where I will be taking a lot of family time and going to some family ceremonies. So I am not present. I am not working 8-hour days. I am not even working 5-hour days. I'm certainly not working 5 days a week for like the next 5 weeks. And simultaneously, I've set my business up on a track where we are launching 2 new marketing partners. We're launching 4 new marketing channels. Our team has like doubled in the last 3 months. We're moving and reorganizing our products. Like, there is a massive amount of work. There is a massive amount of activity that's being done inside of my business right now. And that's the fucking moment that I choose to step away, right? And so I was kind of freaking out about it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was kind of freaking out about it yesterday. I was stressed. I was good old fashioned stressed, wondering how could I do this? How could I put all of these things in motion, ask so much of my team, and then step away? And how could I possibly expect these things to work? How could they possibly be successful when I've got all this stuff going on and I'm not here? I'm not here 10 hours a day to look at it all and manage it all and make it successful. And I sat down with a coach I've worked with a coach for 3 years, and I sat down with her and she's like, you know who you fucking sound like right now is your clients. Like, is this not what your clients struggle with every single day? Is this not exactly what you coach your clients on every single day? And I was like, holy shit, you're right. Right? Like, without even realizing, it had snuck up on me that I somehow assumed that my job, my role in my business at this stage was to make it successful. That success could not happen without me. That these marketing channels won't be successful unless I show up and I'm the person to launch them, even though that's not true at all. We have marketing partners who are so much better at this shit than I am, and they're launching it. That my team wouldn't be successful. We're doing a systems overhaul. That my team wouldn't be able to successfully overhaul and move to our new sales CRM without me. I have an ops manager. She crushes. She's amazing. She literally will do a better job than me. Like, what would I bring? My team doesn't need me. It doesn't need me to just show up and be present. It doesn't need me to sit on the computer for 10 hours and play Office while they are the actual experts doing the actual work, because that's what they do best. That's not what my team needs. What my team needs, what my company needs, is for me to have made these key decisions, is for me to have put the right people in the right roles, is for me to have set a strategic vision and a set of outcomes and aligned everyone around and towards those outcomes, is to have created a culture of radical ownership and radical honesty where people can ask for what they need, they can take ownership for their roles, and they can make decisions and solve problems for and by themselves. That's what my company needs. And I've spent the last 12 months building that, doing that, putting the right people in, setting the right outcomes, creating the right culture. I've worked every single day to show up and do that, to help my team become successful, to build the ecosystem. And so, frankly, if I can't take the next 5 days on a rafting trip, do these things that are really important for the business, really important for my life, very important for my relationships with my family and my partner, if I can't do that, then I don't deserve to sit in front of you all and tell you that this is a way you can grow and scale your business. But what I can honor is that it is fucking difficult to rewrite these mindsets and beliefs. Even when you know it, even when you know that this is the direction that you want to move in, it's so hard to shake the belief that unless I am there, the right work will not get done. Unless I am just literally just there, present to look at it, somehow I create success. Somehow my team is reliant on me to just be there in order for them to be successful. Nah, guys. Nope, that's not how it works, actually. Not at this stage. What your team needs is an ecosystem that sets them up for high success and allows them to do their best work. But that is not the same as having you just present to be an extra set of eyes and an extra pair of hands. Not if we've built the right team, set them up with the right systems, put the right culture and strategic goals in place. I am literally the worst person at my company to launch these marketing efforts. I literally am. I am the worst. I would not be able to close those leads at half the rate that my salesperson does. I would not be able to deliver on my own products half as well as my head of product does. That's just the reality of it. That's not what my company needs from me anymore. My company needs is for me to have created and built the ecosystem, and we are about to send ourselves through a hell of a stress test. And it's either going to be the biggest case study proof of concept to date in the last 3 years of running this business, or I'm full of shit, the whole thing collapses, and I'll let you guys all know if that happens too. But I want to honor that this is what I believe and that this is what I know gets companies to 8 figures. And I want to honor all of you if you are struggling with this mindset shift, if you are struggling with this shift in identity and belief away from my success comes down to and is reliant on me, towards my success is defined by the ecosystem that I create and how much I pour into that ecosystem so that it can be successful with or without me. And that's the freaking stage of the journey that I'm on right now. And I think that we're all on right now. And so I wanted to call it out and honor it. So if you are struggling like me, hell yeah, let me know. I would love to know. And it's all so ironic right now, because my team and I have literally been working on a tool to help understand and then make tactical changes and shifts about this exact mindset shift. And so if you go right now, again, I have a marketing team, they're doing amazing work. And I just updated my link tree. Sorry, I just updated that today. So you can go to the link. I'm going to drop it in the comments right now. You can go to my profile. It's there as well, and search for the Big Picture Guide. The Big Picture Guide. This is a comprehensive guide that I have outlined the ecosystem step by step, layer by layer. When I just talk about building an ecosystem, controlling an ecosystem, your success coming through an ecosystem, what does that actually look like? What goes into that ecosystem? What is our job and what is within our control at 8 figures when it comes to creating our own success? It is all in that guide. So I will drop it right here in the comments once I hang this call up, and comment me, DM me if you have any questions about how to start really taking and running with this mindset shift, because my God, is it difficult, but my God, does so much freedom unlock when you master it. And that's what I got for y'all today. If I don't see you in a little while, it's because I'm traveling and rafting and in Europe and all over the place. But know that me and my team will continue to show up and do our absolute best work for you. Not despite that, but because of it. That's what I have for you all today. Much love. Talk to you all soon. Bye.